Hi! Friday, and I've got 24 hours to myself. So I'm so happy. I'm just looking out. I'm on Rainbow Watch again. Because it's a rainy, sunny day, like Peppa Pig says. Well, I've got loads I want to talk about. I've written loads of little scribblings down here. But I can't see them on the camera, but when I looked back at another couple of videos, you could see my scribblings. So, not that it really matters, but I've got a couple of names on there. So I'll hide it here. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling way better. This last few days has been really intense with energies. And things that I can see in the sky have increased a lot as well. So I'll talk about that a little bit first. So that double rainbow yesterday was amazing, and I was laughing and crying at the same time as I was watching it. God knows what the neighbours think, honestly. I just ran out with my phone. Double rainbow, kids, look! And the girl from next door was here as well. She was not as impressed as I was. I don't think anyone was as impressed as I was, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm on Rainbow Watch because it keeps raining and it's sunny and I've not seen one yet, so maybe there'll be a big one. But it was so bright and powerful and it just felt incredible, and there was so much I saw yesterday in the skies, like the structures of the orbs that I'm always talking about, they're changing slightly. They're still there, like, I can see one now, they're still there like 80% of the time. They're the same shapes and structures, but now like 20% of the time they're changing, and they're like sometimes single ones now, and they're translucent, like a bubble, but they're not as 3D as a bubble is, a sphere. They're more sort of 2D and a bit more dirty looking. Not like beautiful, purples and golds and blues that you get in bubbles. So that's interesting me. And they're not coming down quick and out of sight anymore. They're always there, but sometimes now they're going up. I've never seen them go up before the last few weeks. They always came down, but now I can see some going up. And some come down, fly, and they sort of move around like that. That fly's going to get on my tits, that is. I might have to move. So I've got a lot of things that I want to talk about, so I might do it in little segments, or I might not. I might just carry on ranting and it'll be so long and boring that there'll be less views and then less judgment. Maybe. I've lost my fucking crystal thing again. I think it's under my bed, but the chain that it was on snapped off the other day. But I was meditating holding it, and I felt some really powerful energies the other night. God, that was strange. My hands were like tingling and bursting around this little black, it's probably not even real, it was only like £6 off eBay, just black tourmaline thing, supposed to ward off negative energies. I don't really know much about crystals or anything. But yeah, so I've been seeing lines now down in the sky. Not all the time, but when I'm feeling certain feelings, or when I can feel build up of energy. And I saw some last night when that big moon was out as well. And no horizontal ones, but vertical ones, quite thick. Not bright or anything like that, very faint. It's like an added layer, I feel, to my vision, as opposed to it being, something with a light source. Yeah, and I felt pulses from the moon last night, and I felt that from the sun as well, like just these pulses, and it's really difficult to explain, but they seem to go straight here, just like buff, and I'm just looking around, just like, whoa. So it's good. I can't believe that I'm having such a string of wonderment. Do you know, I really hope I can keep it up, but I don't want to be unrealistic, because I've spent my whole life being pretty pessimistic and stuff, and it's very easy to slip back into old habits, innit? I haven't stopped smoking. I can't stop smoking. In fact, it's increased. I get, because I have one when I'm excited, I have one for any occasion. But I've not had any cannabis since I moved house, so that's fine. I'm over that now. Is it still going? The battery sounds just come. Oh, I'll have to stop this in a minute because the battery's gone flat. 10% left. Just fucking charged it up, but there you go. Anything else about seeing things while I'm on this? Oh yeah. The other night when I was meditating as well, you know, sometimes when you see something out the corner of your eye, and it definitely looked like shadows, forms coming through the door and the wall, but I wasn't scared because I was so in between awake and sleep that there's just no point rationalising anything. And when I looked, they disappeared, but I thought I saw faces as well behind my closed eyes. And I just keep getting the most bizarre scenes pop into my head when I shut my eyes. Not to sleep, just to meditate or whatever. And a few months ago, I've not had this family pop up for a while, but I kept getting this black family pop up into my visions, and they'd just be doing different things like eating dinner together or whatever. So it wasn't black people that I saw the other day, but it was like old women, scary looking old women, like witchy old women. Just, you know, the face would be there all of a sudden. Ooh, what's that? And it would go. But I don't get freaked out by all this types of things anymore. It's just like, oh, I wonder what that is. Or plus, I'm so tired at the end of the day. I'm just like, oh, I'm just letting it come, letting it all roll off now. Because I was wondering again how honest to be about some of the things that I see or feel or hear. Because it does make me sound crazy, but I don't care. I'm starting to feel a bit more confident that there's many people experiencing these things, which gives me a bit more confidence to just, you know, just go for it. And a lot of people always say, well, what do you feel with it? And usually there's just like three things that I feel, and it's either fear, love, or wonderment. It's like what could that be, the question? It's like the in-between the fear and the love is the rationalising or wondering, or, you know, it's that human part of us. So it varies, but I've been feeling really chilled out and in a lot of feelings of love for the last few days. And it was my little boy's birthday on the 22nd, and I did a party for him here, and he had some friends round, and we had a bit of family round and stuff, and we got Spider-Man to come. It was just the kid's dad's friend, Ben, he's amazing, and he dressed up as Spider-Man, jumped over the back wall, and the kids were so shocked and happy to see him, and he put on an American accent for 2 full hours and did loads of party games with him, and it was just so amazing to just see my little boy's face, and I'm just really happy, and it went really well, and oh, it's just such a lovely day. I just had such a lovely few days. I've got a few like proper things I should be doing, like ordering his school uniform and sorting a few things of my own out, a few affairs of my own, but I'm not going to do that yet because it's more fun doing this, isn't it? So let me have a look while I'm on visual stuff. Oh yeah, I noticed that my eyes changed colour from blue to green, and I didn't even think much more of it. Like when I first started awakening, they were green for a long time. In fact, they'd gone from blue to green, but now they go back, and I don't necessarily notice what kind of mood I'm in when they change because I'm never really looking at them. But what I've noticed is that when they're green, and I look, there's yellow bits, and it's the yellow will increase or decrease, and that's what changes from blue to green. Obviously, blue and yellow make green. So sometimes I've got shitloads of yellow around the middles, or actually at the top sometimes, and then sometimes I've got less. My little boy's got the bluest eyes ever, bright blue, not a hint of green in them actually. They're just beautiful. But yeah, but mine have definitely changed colour, so I wonder if that's something to think about. Oh, and also while we're on eyes, a woman came to the door the other day, another political fucking candidate, and she looked like she had slitty eyes to me, and mine have done this as well before. I've looked in the mirror and the pupils have changed before, but hers definitely did at the door, and I wasn't scared or anything. I was just chatting, and at the same time trying to figure her out. Is this something I'm manifesting? What is this exchange all about? But she was trying to get into conversation like they all do, and it's one of those things, isn't it? So I politely waved her on, no philosophy to her or anything, but yeah, I just thought, oh, that was weird. Maybe yeah, I mean, it could be anything. I don't necessarily think that anybody's evil if their eyes change, because mine change all the bloody time. I'm at door, blah, blah. Yeah, I saw some crows yesterday for the first time in a while. I don't really see any around here. When I'm driving, they sometimes drive next to me and stuff, but yeah, where I went yesterday, they were there, and so that was nice as well, this song. Oh, eyes. Yeah, vibrating. I was looking at the curtains earlier when I was cuddling my little girl, and they were vibrating like that. I love it because someone else listening to this just going to go, get to the opticians and sort your eyes out. There's obviously something wrong with your eyes, but I swear there isn't. But yeah, the curtains for a good 2 minutes were just vibrating like this. I was just staring at it in wonderment, like, and then it stopped. So lots of strange things. Lights blowing in the house as well. In the bathroom, there's and it happened in the old house, but I never bothered changing them, and I've not bothered changing these yet, so I better do. There's 8 spotlights, and 4 of them just blew the other day, one after the other. They look old, but who knows. And then when I went to cut the grass, the whole house, the fuse, everything went off. Who knows? Right, what else can I talk about before I have a little break? Music through fan. Go on then, because that's a bit of a... So, ascension symptoms. I've heard that people have had a lot of ringing in their ears and stuff like that. I've had shitloads of similar symptoms, but not the ringing in the ears and no leaking of the ears or anything like that. I feel it's my visual acuity that's heightened and that is, powering up. But for months I've been hearing, I've got a great big fan, it's called a wind blower, it's super powerful, and I always sleep with that on. I like it because I'm a sweaty cow as well, but I like the constant hum, and I sometimes hear things in the hum, and it's usually music that I hear in the hum, and this is going to lead on to something else I wanted to just speak about quickly. Because the music that I've heard, and I remember telling Mark about it, and he was just like, but it's, I guess I don't really like dance music. I'm not a dance music fan at all. But it sounded like dance music of a foreign nature. And I think there's a type of music called Bangla. Is it Bangla? Or I don't know what it's called actually. In Bulgaria, I used to go to Bulgaria. My dad's got a place in Bulgaria, a little apartment, snowboarding, and they've got a certain type of music over there, this dance music. And so that's what I could hear, dance music in a foreign language being played through not being played through the fan, but that's what I could interpret through the fan. So I found that strange for months, and again the other night I started to hear things through the fan in a different language that I couldn't understand. And then the very next day I listened to something about galactic codes, and when I listened to it, it made me laugh actually at first, and I wasn't belittling it at all or anything like that, but it made me laugh because it's like, I like to do this, so maybe I'm interpreting galactic code as well. You know, just let your mouth do whatever, just talk shit, gobbledygook. And I thought everybody did it or could do it, but then I've seen some people praying in tongues, and that seems to be the same. I do it to make kids laugh sometimes, and yeah, and I think like kids do that a lot. They just talk in gobbledygook, and twins do it to communicate with each other when they're little, don't they? Have their own secret language, and I never really did anything like that, but I can do it. So it makes me go, what's that? It's just because on psychedelic trips as well, I've done it, and Terence McKenna calls it glossalalia, and that's how he communicated with beings, and I think that's how I did as well, because I've listened back to some things that I taped during mushroom trip, and you can't really understand what I'm saying. But it's like just being free and just talking shit, and sometimes I sound Indian or Chinese, or sometimes a bit German, and yeah, I just wonder what it is, you know. It's just like the collective consciousness, it's just, and then you're trying to bring it back into what we know as the English language and the limited words that we know, and so it's brilliant, it's amazing, but do you need to know what it says, or is it the sound of it? It's potentially the sound of it. So I might have a go at that later for my own amusement, and see where I get with that. Because after I'd stopped laughing, I think it was a bit of a nervous laughter, because I'd never heard anything like it before, and I was like, what's this? Like, this is what I do to make people laugh. But then once my nervous laughter had gone down, yeah, I gave it another go, and it was like, right, wow, okay. But you know, I'm always trying to rationalise things and go, what is it? What does it mean? And I've got to stop that, and I've been stopping it with everything. It's the first thing that's made me sort of, you know, it's like praying in tongue, glossalalia, galactic codes. What are they? Are they three separate things or all one? Is it just, you know, it's just a connection to the highest form of consciousness that us silly little humans can interpret? And some people see things in the sky, and some people, it's like I like to sing, and I just gave it a go in there earlier, I did, and because when I literally just watched 2-3 minutes of different people praying in tongues in church, and I thought, go on, have a go, and yeah, you just start and you just end up doing it. I'm not saying I'm praying in tongue, by the way. 5% battery. I don't know what I'm bloody doing, but it seems to be working. Right, I'm going to stop this now, and I'm going to go outside and then do some more later. Bye, happy Friday. Speak later.